This is one of the main streets in Flushing, Chinatown, best known for its restaurants. And these are some of the many Chinese restaurants along the streets. Now, they both look quite empty.
Some of the old traditional restaurant, they will close up.
Some might argue this is the result of the coronavirus outbreak, and frankly, it is to some extent, but in reality, they had begun shrinking even long before the pandemic crisis started.
现在这个问题吧，确实是这个问题。现在就是说，目前来说，这个弗拉逊把老店已经关闭了很多了。现在老店。
According to Yelp, the ratio of Chinese restaurants dropped from 7.3% to 6.5% between 2014 and 2019. This is to say more than 1,200 restaurants were shut down during that period. And one of the main reasons, experts say, is the younger generation of former Chinese immigrants with different values of viewing the world. As the New York Times reported in December 2019, Chinese American children are pursuing professional careers that do not demand the same grueling labor as food service.
The restaurant job, it's not really, how can I say, decent job, kind of like that. So you're doing a lot of work and you're working hard, but you be paid really less. So it cannot be good preparation. So they think that others job like engineering and a lawyer, you were in the suit and they think that you're a decent person.
Ms. Zhu represents the Chinese youth of today, currently living in New York City. She's originally from China and she knows firsthand how difficult it is working in a restaurant.
My dad also have a two restaurant in China. So my dad also doing this job, but like cannot familiar with service. So I don't want to do this because maybe the young people have some more like the dream.
现在这个弗拉逊这边房租一高，对吧？房租了，地税高，你像人一样就是卖这些传统的小吃吧，利润也不是什么很大，所以他将来这些古老的店越来越关门。
Mrs. Jiang runs a Chinese restaurant in Flushing, Queens. She used to cook for retired government officials back in China. In the early 2000s, she moved to the US. Today, she's 62 years old and thinking of her retirement, willing to pass her restaurants to the Chinese youth of today.
对呀，要是说年轻嘛，如果是上学好的，他肯定要说，比如说做律师啦，做那个医生啦，比如说这些都是很好的职业嘛，也是给自己终身的有一个工作的，就是说一个保障吧。这个做餐饮它是很辛苦的。 你像，所以我们这一代的，如果要想叫年轻人再继续做，没有做的。
好，拜拜。好，拜拜，拜拜，你过来。你过来吧。
Similar to some of American-born Chinese, Ms. Zhu wants to earn higher education from a prestigious university to pursue a professional career and succeed in the fashion industry rather than working in the food service.
I want to go to the FIT, and I want to do the fashion design major, because I want to do the designer in the future, and I just dream about like someday people wearing my design. So, and one thing I really want to say, I'm not really tall person, and one day I go to the shopping. I mean, I cannot really find a really like. Fit myself, so I want to do the clothes or like design to actually by myself. Someone wants to be a teacher as a Michelle, and then someone wants to be like, I don't know, I want to be a fashion designer. So the traditional Chinese food wants to survive in America and in the States. So you have to transformation to a new like company or like new system to survive the.
Some restaurant experts, however, associate the wave of the closure with poor management, as the older generation could not cope with the fast-changing innovations and competition in the business.
Some of the old traditional restaurant, they will close up because they didn't update anything, like the menu, the service, the system, anything.
Mr. Zheng is a manager at a more prominent Chinese restaurant, also in Flushing, and he says there is nothing to be afraid of the Chinese restaurant business when it comes to the growing competition and new innovations.
就是新的一代不愿意继续去传承做这些行业，我想，以后整个中餐的发展就是说，所有东西都会规范化，就像麦当劳这样这些世界性的企业，就是说它中餐馆里面的员工不一定完全是中餐馆。等制度达到一定的规范化之后，就是每个人都可以做这些事情，不一定是由中国人来做这些事情。那时候的话，就是哪里来的劳动力都是没有问题的。
If you want to survive, you have to change. You cannot be really traditional because nobody wants to eat it, and you got out and you'll be, yeah.
Chinese food has always been popular in America and indeed one of the most delicious foods in the world, but this pandemic exacerbates the hazy future of the restaurant business, and this is particularly true for traditional Chinese restaurants.